Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Crypto Editor UK. My name is Michael, and as always we bring the very latest in price, hype and speculation in the wonderful world of crypto assets. Now, in today's video, we'll be looking at the Bitcoin price. We'll be looking at the latest tweets from J.K. Rowling regarding Bitcoin. We'll be looking at Venezuela and the Bitcoin mass adoption in the country. And lastly, we'll be looking at USDT Tether and its role in its liquidity in the cryptocurrency markets. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And without any further ado, let's jump straight in right after this. All right, now let's jump straight into CoinMarketCap and let's take a look at the Bitcoin price today. We are currently sat at $9,722 US. Time of recording just gone 3:30, 17th of May. Prior to this video, I thought let me jump on, do my video. I checked my UK trading view and I came across this beautiful candle here. We have had a price increase of $200, over $200, just over $200 in an hour there, and that was at 1 o'clock UK time. So a couple of hours ago, 2 hours ago, we've seen that candle there. There's been some significant volume injected into the market at 1 p.m. Sunday UK time. So all very interesting reading for the price of Bitcoin there. So we had fallen and were trading at the 9,500 level that had been going for the last day or so. And we've just taken a big leg up there. So we'll keep an eye on that. And something that brought interest to the cryptocurrency arena over the weekend was a tweet by the famous author J.K. Rowling. She's the author of the famous Harry Potter books. Now, what she's gone and done is she's caused a media frenzy in the cryptocurrency community. So what's happened is I think she's initially made a tweet on the Friday stating what is Bitcoin and how it works. You just ask the question, and it's brought a response from the whole of the cryptocurrency community here. We've had responses from the founder of Ethereum. We've had sponsors from Elon Musk. So this is also bringing attention and more of a mainstream adoption for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Everybody knows who J.K. Rowling is and who Harry Potter is, and when someone of J.K. Rowling's stature starts commenting on Bitcoin, that can only be good news for the community. There were some interesting responses here on the Twitter timeline. She's put here, Richard Hart of Hex, the founder of Hex, has put down in response to her question, Hex is program money. J.K. Rowling's responded, I don't want to program money. I can barely work my TV. She's also put down here, there was a response here, Wizards still need to trust Gringotts Bank. Bitcoin fixes this. And J.K. Rowling's put, I don't think I trust this. So again, the whole cryptocurrency and Bitcoin thing will always bring about the naysayers and the disbelievers. And this is going to be a typical response of trust. But here it shows that it's got people talking about Bitcoin, and these kind of tweets can only be a good thing, as I've said. And J.K. Rowling's comically put down blah 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 gold, blah blah blah, fiddledees done, charm, nuff said, blah blah. So again, she's had a good toing and froing here with the Twitter crypto community. And very funnily here, Ivan on Tech, who's a very well-known YouTuber in our space, he's put down maybe J.K. Rowling is just jealous that she didn't buy Bitcoin early and missed out on massive gains. Now she's trying to spread FUD. And J.K. Rowling's put rumbled, which I don't think is the case. In all honesty, I think this is a stunt, perhaps. She is someone that is worth a lot of money. Her financial worth is her net worth is a lot of money, and I do think she's probably got the right people around her advising her as to the benefits of Bitcoin and how it can work to assist her. So yes, that was something there that brought Bitcoin's attention to the mainstream again. And I want to move over to another article here from Decrypt, and this is from across the world here. So Bitcoin to be accepted across 20,000 retailers in Venezuela. And the article states here, late last week, crypto payments processor CryptoBuyer announced a new deal with traditional payments firm Megasoft that is bringing crypto point of sale capabilities to more than 20,000 merchants across Venezuela. So we can see some countries here, as a result of their own financial issues, are flocking towards mainstream adoption of Bitcoin, Venezuela being a pioneer in that. The article continues to read, among the retailers that will benefit from the deal is supermarket chain Central Medinares, pharmacy network Farmatodo, and a range of other hardware, auto parts and department stores. And even the movie theater chain Cines Unidos will benefit. These are some of the biggest chains in Venezuela who will now each be able to accept crypto from their customers just as soon as the coronavirus lockdowns are lifted, that is. It does continue to say, however, what this doesn't mean, however, is that most Venezuelans will suddenly adopt crypto. Volatility in the crypto market is one factor which alienates potential Venezuelan users with generally low incomes. What's more, previous implementations of crypto point-of-sale systems in Venezuela have not yet yielded a large number of transactions. So, apart from the fact that, albeit that Bitcoin is being adopted mainstream in Venezuela, the populace hasn't hugely taken to it as yet. However, with time, we'll probably see that change. However, this is again very positive news in the world of cryptocurrency. Now, let's go back to the price today, and let's go back to the hourly chart on UK TradingView. Now, some will ask, where did this candle come from? Where did this volume all of a sudden come from as we were trading? I've done a video, my previous video was highlighting the use of Tether. Now, in my previous video, I covered these two articles here. The fact that Tether USDT has surpassed XRP as the third largest cryptocurrency. Covered that in my previous video. And there was another article here highlighting the same issue. Tether temporarily flips XRP to become the third largest crypto by market cap. Now, what we're going to say here is Tether is injecting liquidity into the cryptocurrency market. And what's happening is there is a continual printing of the stablecoin Tether, and you can see this is now filtering into other coins. And I suggest today's candle, this massive 1 hourly candle here, has been brought about by the continual liquidity that's being put in through through stable coins such as Tether. Now, this can only go, hopefully, the leg up. This may be viewed as some as a fake out, and we may see a breakdown here. However, the optimist in me perceive that this may be the first leg up here in a continual breakout and a push. However, we have to note that in the larger scale of things, we have to surpass the 10,500 US dollar mark enable for us to start seeing bigger prices. At the moment, we've been testing and trying to get above that mark, but we haven't been able to do that. Previously, we've tried here 10,000. We've been rejected at 10,000 a few occasions here. And once we do surpass that 10,500 mark, I will then expect the prices to achieve not new all-time high just as yet, but I suppose lower highs to the all-time high. Now, I'd like to leave you finally with a video from one of the co-founders of Tether, Mr. William Quigley, and an explanation of what Tether does. And again, we can only say that the rise and growth of Tether is only a good thing for the market. In fact, it was the printing of the stable coin Tether in 2017 which saw the rally to the all-time high of 20,000 US dollars. So have a look at this video explaining Tether and what it does, and until next time, see you soon.
Today I'd like to share with you the origin story of Tether. You might know Tether. Tether was the world's first stable coin, the first coin that was backed by an asset, in this case a dollar. Anyway, let me tell you a little bit about how stable coins got invented. So, story starts about 6 years ago. Now at the time, the crypto space was in many ways a lot different than it is today, in some ways similar. Where it was way different is there were virtually no exchanges. And the few exchanges that existed, almost all of those, what we called altcoin exchanges, had no banking. Anything that wasn't Bitcoin was an altcoin. So what you would do is you would go to one of the few exchanges where you could actually send money, buy Bitcoin. Then you would transfer that Bitcoin to the alt exchange and use the Bitcoin on the alt exchange to buy all these other tokens, right? All good. All good except, remember, it's very volatile. All of the cryptos are still volatile, but they were just as volatile then. And every once in a while, in my case, 3 times a day, I wanted to escape the volatility. But how do you escape volatility in crypto vis-a-vis the dollar? Well, you sell your crypto and you shift into cash. But of course, the exchanges have no banks. So what do? You take your crypto on the alt exchange, you convert it into Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin back to one of the few exchanges that actually had banking, sell your Bitcoin there, have them wire transfer you the money. The in and out of that whole process took a week. Because what would happen is you would get your wire and then you'd be like, but now I want to be back in the market. So send the wire back to the original exchange, get it converted into Bitcoin, transferred over to the alt exchange. This was how we lived. Well, my partners and I started to think about, wouldn't it be great if there was a token that behaved like a dollar so you could just actually mimic a dollar and you could transfer into that token? Well, the only way we could think about doing it was to actually issue a token that was backed by a dollar. Simple conceptual concept, right? So we're like, hey, we can do this. Oh, but what blockchain should we use? Well, as it happened, we had just finished working with some people on something called Mastercoin. Mastercoin, by the way, was the first blockchain to incorporate an intelligent layer, what we now all call smart contracts. Mastercoin was faster, cheaper to use than Bitcoin. We're like, all right, let's issue Mastercoins that will back this new token that will be collateralized by a dollar. So we got the concept down. We got the blockchain, we got banking access, we even have an exchange partner to test this whole thing out. So that was 4 years ago. And what's happened since? Well, that token, Tether, now trades over $4 trillion annually. And something I always thought was really neat, this was the first time I experienced using blockchain technology to solve a blockchain-induced problem. So that was pretty cool. Let me mention a couple of other surprises from my experience creating Tether. The first really surprised me, which was it took a lot to explain the concept to people. which surprised me because I thought, wait a minute, tokenizing a US dollar? If you're a crypto exchange trader, how hard is this going to be to understand? But the typical reaction was, you're going to tokenize the dollar, but the dollar's already digitized. It already can move at the speed of light. Why would you even need to tokenize it? Well, we're like, well, wait a minute, you're not familiar with the pain points of trading cryptos. And of course, we would go into that, and sometimes they would get it, and sometimes they'd still be like, we don't really understand. Just like today, for all you crypto people, when somebody says, what do I need Bitcoin for? I've got a PayPal account, and I always use it to buy something on Amazon, and I'm a US citizen. What do I need it for? Answer, you probably don't need it. But there's like 7 billion other people in the world who really could use something like that. So I thought that Tether should trade at $1 plus the value people got out of it from it being tokenized. Think of like if Litecoin also came with $1 attached. You'd think, well, it's the price of Litecoin plus $1. Since each Tether was backed by $1, but not bolted to the dollar in terms of evaluation, it's like we didn't stipulate anywhere that it was only worth $1. I thought Tether would be worth $1 plus something else. But in fact, no. People valued it at $1 and only $1. It says a lot about human nature, and it actually shaped how I think now about security tokens and how they'll be valued. When we collateralize a token, we tend to remove all the other qualities that token has other than the value of the collateral. And anyone building these sorts of tokens in the future should be thinking about that.